It is definitely one of my favorite films.
I think it's true events. I think or something like that.
I think it might be based on a book.
Okay. I think it might be true events. I think it might be true events or something,
Who's in the chat? Who's seen Hustlers, the film?
like
Hustlers.
it's based on a book or true.
I'm trying to do research on it now, but it's gonna take me too long. There's too much information about it. But yeah, I was just saying how much I love the scene where where Usher makes his cameo and he's like, "What's my name?" And she's like, "Usher, baby."
So corny.
No, I think it's so hard, David. I don't even know why I like it so much. I love that film. I think it's like the most incredible film in the world. I think it's
What?
like so well done.
I mean, yeah, it holds you. I mean, I thought it was going to be rubbish.
I thought it was going to be rubbish. Maybe that's why I like it so much.
Mm,
I thought it was going to be very dry.
I thought it was gonna be-
What live on YouTube? What's going on? It's based on a true life story. That's what someone said in our chat.
Yes, yeah. That's what I remember. That's what I remember.
No, it's a
Yeah.
fantastic film. I think everyone that hasn't watched it, it's one of my guilty pleasures. So yeah, so if you guys want to know what film I like a lot, cut the chat fans. Hustlers,
Mm.
especially the sequence with Usher Baby. Who has been seeing the clip with T-Pain going around? There's a clip with T-Pain, yeah, where T-Pain explains the fact that he was on a plane one day, he's flying somewhere, I can't remember where he's flying to, and he gets called by on the tannoy. They say, "Oh, come to the back of the plane. Usher wants to speak to you." He pulls up to Usher. Obviously, Usher's his brethren. Usher says to him, "I think you ruined music, man. I think you effed up music."
Hold on, wait. So this is when Usher decides to tell T-Pain
On a plane, fam.
on the aer
I swear down.
on the aeroplane.
I swear down, it's cold.
Man said it's cold. And of all things that, bro, if we're like how many hundreds of thousands of feet up in the air, yeah, flying somewhere. Fam, don't choose that time to tell me you
I
think
ruined
I'm
music.
barbering. Yeah. You think I ruined barbering. Like, what? Fam, fam, you should have just left me seated in my seat. Why have you called me back in for that?
No, it's upsetting. It's upsetting.
What kind of madness is that? And I remember when he started all of this auto-tune stuff, and I think you had equal amounts of people attacking him as defending him.
A lot of people attacked him though. I mean, Jay-Z made Death of Autotune
Absolutely.
and brought him out on stage to like kind of maybe embarrass himself. I was really confused by that one as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Ace. We can't hear you, Ace. Speak up. Okay.
Okay, this is not working out. But yeah, I think it's I just found it really when I heard that story, I just thought it was a bit wild that one, Usher would say that to him on a plane, and two, it led him into like 4 years of depression, he said.
That makes sense.
Because Usher was his boy. Damon, imagine like Ace turns around to you like on a plane one day. You think your boy is Ace is like, you know what? I think you ruined barbering, man. I don't think barbers should have dreads.
Nah, it's not even that. Imagine I was the first one to really bust the whole hair dye shape up thing.
Yeah, and it's blowing up.
And he's blowing up. Yeah. And the man said, "Yeah, you ruined barbering." Because I saw on the gram, yeah, you see a lot of hair cutting pictures. Yeah.
Yeah.
and some of them look absolutely amazing. But
Yeah.
to the untrained eye, they do look amazing. But to the trained eye, you can see that there's hair dye and Beijing and all of this. I've said this before. Do you remember when Ludacris cut off his hair?
Yeah.
And he cut off his hair and he had the mad sideburns. And people were saying to me, like, how come my haircuts aren't that sharp? They want sideburns like that. And I'm like, it's ink. It's dye. I don't understand how you don't get this.
Yeah, but if you don't know, you don't know, right?
Yeah, but people was proper looking at me like, nah, D, you're not really as good as you, not even as good as I say I am, because I've never run around and said, obviously my name is my name on the gram, but that's just whatever, innit?
My name is my name.
My name is my name, player. But I've never run around. You don't see me running around shouting out people and, calling out people and all this and all that. But people are like, nah, D, what, you can't even bang out shape ups like that? And I'm like, Pop, it's not real. Like, it's not hair. It's not, do you know what I mean? And it's taken a while for people to understand. And even on the ground, the amount of Photoshop that's used in haircutting pictures is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, back to what we said. If I was the guy that invented that, and man was like, yeah, you ruined it. Ruined it. Look at my lips. You ruined it.
You're ruining it. Stop ruining it.
Stop ruining it.
Stop ruining it.
10 years in. That would be deep. I'd actually be hurt.
No, bro. I just felt like, to be fair, you shouldn't have let Usher get to his head, man. Shouldn't have let Usher get to his head.
How can you not let Usher get to your head? It's Usher.
It's Usher, baby.
Usher, baby. Yeah. Where would you put Usher? Would you put him as king of R&B?
Yeah, he is.
R&B.
I mean, now that R. Kelly's officially cancelled, Usher's the king of R&B.
Done now. Do you know what's funny about that? I was listening to I was playing a 90s R&B playlist in my car the other day, and an R. Kelly rhythm came on. Yeah.
Did you skip it?
I skipped it after 30 seconds, and the reason I skipped it after 30 seconds, yeah, because I was listening to it, and I'm like, you actually effed up. Like, you actually effed up. Like, Robert Kelly, you had R&B music in a headlock. You owned R&B music.
Yeah.
From your production of everybody to your own music. He was a musical genius. I still say to this day, that whole Trapped in the Closet thing was probably one of the most amazing things I've heard as a piece of work. Do you know what I mean?
After a while, it got a bit lost, but initially it was genius.
Well, the thing that came out as a CD, and it was the videos and just the thought that went behind it, the production that went behind it, the videos. And especially at that time, creatively, I think that was probably the best piece of musical work I've ever. And even today, I will still say that. I will still say that. And I was listening to him the other day, 30 seconds, and I just got sad because it was just like, you just effed up. And it's weird because for the last year and a half, I haven't heard an R. Kelly song. And when I heard this on the mix CD, it all came back, and the vibes and yeah, it just all came back, what he was doing in the 90s and the early 2000s. And I'm like, fam, you effed up majorly. Like, killed it.
Ace is looking like that youth that sneaks into the back of the classroom with a smirk on his face, waiting for the teacher to tell him off.
Look at him.
What's going on?
Hello, Ace.
I came conveniently after you guys have finished talking about Kells.
Do you know what's mad though? I'm gonna say one more thing. I do want to know your opinion about the T-Pain thing, Ace. But I'm gonna say one more thing, yeah, about the R. Kelly thing. Do you know what's mad? The other day, I'm playing back and forth, right? Mm-hmm. It comes on in the car, and because my missus like listen to, she's got this Aaliyah playlist. I'm like, you know, that's R. Kelly. She's like, no, it's not. I'm like, trust me, it's R. Kelly. She's like, no, it can't be. I'm like, I'm telling you, R. Kelly produced all that album.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She's like, no, he didn't. I'm like, oh my gosh, like what music do you think he produced then? She's like, oh, and then I read it out. She's like, could you stop it, please? And then I was like, okay. So then we skipped it. She's like, yeah, I don't think it's okay that we should be playing the music of the guy that was potentially abusing this young lady and was making music kind of about it at the time. But then at the same time, you know, like that might be your favorite Aaliyah song.
It's not. Aaliyah only got popping when she started messing with Timbaland.
Timbaland, I know. But I'm just saying that tune bangs though. At a point, people used to play that song all the time.
We can leave that alone. That can stay over there. So.
No, we can stay there. But then I in my head, I was thinking like, you know, there's all these other artists at the time that he worked with. Yeah.
Yeah, there's artists that have only got R. Kelly hits. And
yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember ATL? Calling All the Girls?
Was that his song?
That's their only hit. Oh, they had Make It With Love. But that was one of their only hits.
Even what's his name? Remember Cassidy? Is it
Cassidy? Yeah, R. Kelly.
He said
Marcus Houston clubbing.
There's a lot
Who's
of
that girl? Who's that? Is it Sparkle?
Sparkle. She had that R. Kelly record. He was on the record.
But anyway, let's move. So what do you think about this T-Pain going into depression because what Usher said to him thing?
Do you know what it comes down to? And I think we can all relate, yeah? Like, Femi, you can see like... Actually, I feel like you're a different breed of person. So I don't know if you relate to this. But I feel like I totally understand wanting to get props from your peers. And especially the peers that you kind of look up to.
Not everyone wants to
totally get it.
No, but I want to get props from my peers.
Like, I know, but if I gave you a choice of your film being number one in the box office or you getting a nod from fucking Tyler Perry, you would take the box office number one.
I'll say F Tyler Perry. I don't
exactly.
like it.
That's my point. Whereas like certain people just like they do it because they want the appreciation or the acknowledgement from the people that they grew up with. You hear it from rappers all the time. I don't care if I go number one. I don't care if I go platinum. Like when da-da-da-da said that I was sick, that was what means the most to me. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like in every genre, like anybody that does anything would want the adoration or the respect from the people that they looked up to. Do you know what I'm saying? When I got I got a head nod from Trevor, that meant spare to me. That meant so much. I took over Trevor's show. Like that meant a lot to me. That meant more than a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I kind of understand. I want depression is one thing though. Like going into depression is deep. But I understand. I understand. Like wanting the thing is,
if as an artist, that's all you've got in your locker. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If that's all you've got in your locker, then you're done for, really.
But do you know T-Pain? Do you know what's mad about T-Pain? Do you know, like, I saw a clip of him singing today. It looked decent. It sounded
can actually
good.
Sing.
Yeah, you know, like, he could actually sing, number one.
Sing, yeah.
And number two, what's mad about T-Pain is that them tunes banged. I don't care. There's a tune that he done with Chris Brown. I can't remember what it's called now. That made me like Chris Brown.
Kiss Kiss.
Yeah, that made me like Chris Brown.
No, he's done big tunes with Chris Brown.
No, but Kiss Kiss was the one where it was like, I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Like, and then on top of that, I just feel like, I don't know, man. I just feel like it's hard when someone that is so highly regarded rains on you or say something that, about you like that. It could put you in a place.
Well, you know what it is, yeah? It's just overkill. See that T-Pain moment? Like, T-Pain is sick. Like, regardless of what anybody says about him here, what he did in that era when he was on every tune was sick. It was just overkill. We just heard too much of it. And I think, like, that happened to Ja Rule. Like, when we hear it so much, it's like, okay, this is enough now. But the truth is, it's sick. Like, the reason why we're hearing it so much is because it's hitting. Every time he does it, it's hitting. It's hitting. Why shouldn't he have just rinsed it out in one moment? Also, another reason why people don't look on that era as fondly is because during that time, music wasn't actually that great.
Do you think T-Pain?
Yeah, during that time, music wasn't really bad. It wasn't like we didn't have classics and like it wasn't like there wasn't a golden era of anything. It was just like everybody was just trying to make hits, and whatever they could do to make hits. It was like music wasn't anywhere. I think like now it's in a much better place, and before it was a better place. But during that T-Pain era, music was just shit. Not because of T-Pain, just because it was.
The thing is though, Ace, yeah, you see the whole thing about Usher, yeah. See if somebody like Usher says something to you, you've got no clapback. No, but
yeah,
what can you say about Usher?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like there's people that can say stuff that you can tell them to shut them out. Oh yeah, that song was dead, or this song was dead, or you went jail, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? There's always
what's the context in what he said that though? Like, what do you mean that I killed me? What are you trying to say, bro? Like, if you're my bridge, why would you even say that to me?
And this is what we were saying before you came on, but I get it, because the thing is, as far as Usher's concerned, Usher's probably a musical purist, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Now, if you have invented something that can turn any mediocre artist into a hit maker, then yeah, you've killed music, because you've taken art away from what. Remember, them man that go to what? Vocal training, you know, them man are actually musicians. Them man are probably, you see like man like Babyface.
Yeah.
See them man that play like 27 instruments and can sing. Do you know what I mean? So them man are purists. So when somebody like T-Pain brings out this thing where anyone is just auto-tuning and making bangers, as far as Usher's concerned, Usher's like, what is going on?
That's technology.
That's technology.
That's technology, man.
You can't be a Luddite. You have to evolve or be extinct.
You see me, yeah? Like, I always said, man is never getting a DJ controller. Fuck that. What? So the thing can mix the tunes for me. That ain't real DJing. That's dead. If you got a DJ controller, you're not a real DJ. Go and get vinyls. Go and get CDs. All I use is the DJ controller now. Like I've seen, like, and it's still DJing. It's just it's evolved. You know
so what's DJ controller? Serato.
So this is a controller. See that? That's the wait, sorry. That's a DJ controller, obviously. And there's the turntables over here. That's old school. This is new school.
Okay, Ace.
Yeah.
All right, Ace. Let me ask you something. Yeah.
So did you get? Sorry, Damon. Quickly, did you get Serato when it come out immediately, Ace?
No, I took a while. I'm not gonna lie. Even that, I was like, oh, that's cheating. But is it cheating? You're still DJing. It's just the music's in your computer.
All right, Ace. All right, Ace. Yeah, it's made it easier. But look at it like this, yeah. Because I've seen you DJ at bookings that you've gotten from being a Radio 1 Extra DJ.
Yeah.
And I've seen you DJ at Mandem events. And you're two different people.
Oh, when I do 1 Extra, when I do hood raves.
You're two different people.
1,000,000%.
You see when you do, I'm not even going to call it hood raves. I'm going to call it Mandem raves. See when you do Mandem raves, you're a different animal. This is probably going to be the first time you're hearing this. You see when you've done bookings where you've been booked because you're a Radio 1 Extra DJ.
Yeah.
I'm vexed because I'm thinking to myself, I sat in the car with this brother for 2.5 hours to keep him awake, to be here, to hear man play Justin Timberlake and then man there. Are you mad, fam? But
you gotta look at where we are in the surroundings.
Right.
In the club.
And that's the thing. And then I've realized I understand what you do now. Yeah. And COVID might have flopped all of that. But there was a point where I knew your set. I knew your Radio 1 Extra set out of London. I knew it. Yeah.
It's like DJing by numbers though.
No, absolutely.
You gotta play the hits and then get
I get that. Now the thing is, if you was at like a Mandem rave, Mandem rave, you know them raves that you shut down where man beat in the ceiling. Lee's birthday. You remember Lee's birthday?
Yeah.
Where man beat in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Would you still use that cheating piece of equipment, or would you take it back to the old school and get the vibe and get the essence and get the
No,
feeling? And just
if I ever had a choice, I would always go like if I could take vinyls to every dance, I would do it. Just for the fact, like I know what type of an animal I am when I used to play out with the vinyls in the hood dances. Like this is just convenience. I can do both types of sets with a DJ controller. It's just easier. Everything's there.
But you see with this, you're not working. With this, you're just going through the motions. With this, you understand? Man just getting paid. Man just waiting for the brown envelope. And I've seen you collect the brown envelope.
Talking about the envelope, bro. I don't think
I don't know what's in the envelope. Now, the only time I know that the brown envelope was nice is when you paid for lunch the next day. I said, remember that?
Hey, you lot don't bring me on these trips, man. Well, go on. I want free lunch.
You gotta come on a road trip, man.
I want free lunch.
I miss the road trips, you know. That's one thing I really do miss about like not being on quarantine.
You know what's funny? Montserrat sent me a video the other day, and I don't know why. He sent me a video of the speedometer of a car, and he goes, "This is the speed that we was doing when Ace nearly had a heart attack when he woke up."
Love it. There's only been 2 times when I've been scared of the speed I was doing. One time was with Montserrat. Another time I was driving. Well, I wasn't driving. Somebody was driving in Germany, and there's no speed limit.
Yeah.
And he was driving a van. We were in a van, and it was shaking. And someone was telling him to go fast. He goes, "No, when the driver says no, I'm actually scared." That's when you know. That's when you know that. How can the driver say no, I'm scared, but you're still going at 130 or whatever you're doing? Nonsense. Shitting myself. Absolutely shitting myself. And this car's winging past us, which is mad. Anywho, we need to do another Europe trip as well, man. I was thinking about Amsterdam the other day. As soon as we're allowed to fly, we need to go back out. Amsterdam was too much fun.
Fam, that still pains me to this day. And the reason it pains me, because I feel like I let the dread man from London down.
You were struggling. Yeah,
I was under pressure.
How long do you lot think before that's legal over here?
About 2 years.
Nah, a little bit longer.
2-3 years.
I don't think this government has got it on their agenda. I think 5 years. I think
Do you think a conservative government will do that?
If there's conservatives move for money, innit?
Oh, yeah. So why haven't they done it?
If there's enough business factor, there's enough businesses.
There's loads of business factor though.
No, but as in, if there's businesses wanting to push for it that are associated with them, they'll do it.
Right.
But they move for money. They just move for money. It's all a money thing, isn't it? It's like they don't move for the good of society. It's all about, is there business? Is there going to be money? And if there is, we move. You know what I mean? What's the maddest conversation you've had on a plane, though?
On a plane?
Yeah, because I was speaking about this T-Pain thing. I remember, like, when we went to LA, someone was on a plane, chatting to me and Nikki for like 2-3 hours, because it's a long trip. So, like, you see that plane to LA, it's the longest flight I've ever caught in my life, And you're just there, so you know your stock. So we spoke to this brother for like 2-3 hours, We're talking about the Rock Nation branch, all of that. Fam, we got to LA, we couldn't get a hold of him.
You couldn't get a hold of him? You said?
Yeah.
What, you took his number in that?
Yeah, like we know him.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it the same? Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy ghosted me as well. I'm not gonna lie.
Fam.
Up to him. I spoke to him the other day.
Fam. Imagine on a plane, and what, like, you know, when you're like, you feel like you're bonding with someone, like you're having the deepest reasoning, and we're stood up as well. So like the plane just coasting in it. So at a point we just stood up in the galley, and like we're just all chatting, like for ages, people walking past us for like 3 hours. We're on a plane, 2-3 hours minimum. Yeah, we're all chatting. He's like, yeah, when you get to LA, just shout me. Yeah, I'll get you into the brunch.
Big up to him.
To this day.
To this day.
I've not heard from my man.
Fury and Wilder. 2.
When is this?
Oh, in the next few weeks. Hold on.
I know.
Hey.
You got trying to hype this every week.
I remember my most memorable plane journey ever. I was 10 years old. Yeah, this is how old I am. I'm showing my age here, but basically, I was flying to New York on my own. My mum, I've got an aunt in New York, so she was gonna meet me at the airport, but my mum let me fly on my own. But you get when you're underage, you get assigned your own steward. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
she looks after you. She takes you off the plane. She takes you on the plane or whatever.
They're not always ace. By the way, they're not always lit. One time I was coming back from Jamaica, and like you get assigned your own steward, and then there was these two girls sat next to this little boy. He was moving to England to meet his mum for the first time, and I thought the two little black girls that were sat next to him were related to him. The boy was crying, making up noise, and the two black girls were chatting to him. And then we're about to get off the plane. They were switching at the flight attendant because she hadn't paid him any mind the whole time. She just left it to them.
Wait, so they didn't know this little
They
youth?
didn't know the youth. We thought,
didn't know.
imagine me and Nikki sat behind them. We thought they knew the youth.
That's
We thought the girls knew the youth. The girls did not know the youth. They didn't know him from Adam.
Baby, how old your oldest son?
Huh?
How old your oldest son?
He's 9.5.
Would you let him fly to another country, like to Nigeria, to meet your family?
Put it this way, none of my family, even myself, I just about fly to Nigeria to meet my family.
All right, would you let him fly to America?
You know what? I wouldn't, because my younger son, who's 8, I would, because he's more like.
What, you let your 8-year-old fly on your own? His
You know
own
what it is?
like-
My younger son, is more bossy. My older son seems like he's
Okay.
more like confident, but like my younger son's more like, I don't know, he's got mouth. Say like if he was on that plane and that lady wasn't looking after him properly, he'll bad her up.
Wait, can I finish my story now, by the way?
Finish your story.
So yeah, so I was like 10 years old, yeah, and I was flying to New York to go and stay with my family. But like this is where I get my lateness from. Me and my mum were late to the airport, so we missed my flight. So I had to get on the next standby flight to New York. Yeah. So the next, and obviously with standby, you just gotta take whatever seat you can get in it. So this is me showing my age. At the time, there was smoking or non-smoking.
Jesus.
So I'm a 10-year-old, yeah, and because it's the only seat that's available is in smoking, I'm in smoking as a 10-year-old on a flight to New York. How long was the flight to New York?
5. It's only
5 hours. I feel like it was longer back then. I don't know why. Maybe I'm chatting shit, but this was like 89 or 90, maybe. I don't know. So I'm in smoking like
That's
for
at
the whole
89.
flight.
I was free still.
The whole flight. So that one, the fact I'm in smoking is bad. Like I'm in a cloud of smoke at 10 years old. But behind me, yeah, literally the row behind me is a man that's either being like deported or like
Oh, that's the worst.
what's the word when you get asked to brought back to a country to face something?
Expedited.
Extradited.
Extradited.
There you go. So yeah. So he was going mad. Like imagine I'm 10 years old and they're holding him down, they're strapping him down, they had to inject him with something. He's spitting. And I'm 10 and I'm coughing and this brother's back. It was so pranging. When I got off the plane, I was traumatized. I remember my aunt went nuts, going, how can you let him sit? So I hope my mom's not watching. She's gonna be so angry that I told this story. How can you let him sit in smoking? The whole like summer, I was coughing the whole summer, like bare smoke on my lungs. But that wasn't even the pranging thing. That brother that was being held down, I swear they had to inject him like in his neck.
You know what's mad? Did I tell you what's mad? Did I tell you what's mad about that?
Mad.
Brother being held down.
Yeah.
Almost every flight I've caught to Jamaica, there's one of them brothers.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That you gotta hold them down.
There's one of them brothers being taken by the police on almost every single flight I've caught to Jamaica. I feel like there was one on a Nigeria flight as well. It's mad.
Allow it, man.
It's crazy.
Speaking of
Jamaica, the Caribbean.
Happy Windrush Day.
Yeah.
I mean, is this something that we celebrate, this Windrush Day, in regards to, I say happy wind? Like, what is the term?
Hopefully it turns into that. We don't, but hopefully, what is it, 1948?
Do you feel close to this day?
No, I don't. I would. I wouldn't have known if I didn't see it on the ground.
Your parents are Jamaican, though.
What does that mean?
Like, did they not come over here like during? No, not them, but like did their parents or like
No, no,
are you
No, my parents-
connected to the
My
Windrush?
parents were born in Jamaica. My parents were born in Jamaica.
Oh, okay, so they came late.
Yeah, so my mum's actually flying back to Jamaica tomorrow, funny enough.
I'm like, I feel like jealous is the wrong word, but I'm envious of like people that have got family that were around that time in this UK. Because I love them stories. Like, what was it like?
Oh.
But I
Brother.
don't have that.
I mean, I know stories and I have memories. I have amazing memories, and I realized, like, you have memories when you was young. I had a good life as a child, from two people that came from Jamaica. I had a very good life. My mum and dad worked very, very hard to give us a good life. And we was blessed children. And I've got some fun memories. Obviously there's a lot of people that can't say the same. And there's some mad stories as well. Like my dad just casually told me a story a few years ago about how he had to bruck up a couple policemen and dip out. Like,
dip out to where? Sorry, you need to tell us this in full.
No, as in dip out, as in escape, jump over fences and bust out and went home. Like, but he just casually told me this story when we were driving in the car somewhere. Like, and see, the thing is with my dad, yeah, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to find out that he was a bit of a bad man. Not gangster bad man. He was just a guy that just didn't have it. Do you know what I mean? But I'm only finding this out later on in life. He was just a guy that didn't have it. Like, he would tell the police about themselves. As I said, he's brought a couple of policemen and S'd out and all of that. And them times, there's no cameras. But where he's brocking up the police, it's not like he's broke up the police outside his house so they know where to come to. He might have been at a Shabin's or something and something popped off. And him and his brethren are waiting the police because they was being reckless. And I'm hearing these stories like, is that how you was moving? And then he would say something, like, my dad's got bars in it. So he would say something like, who you think gave Superman the S on his chest? I'm like, what? Yeah. Dad, you just told me you beat up police and got away. You're ending it with a bar like that. Like, what's wrong with you? But yeah, he's a bit of a wild one. But sorry, back to the thing. I mean, that's what Carnival's about, though, isn't it? Celebrating Windrush and all of that kind of stuff. And maybe because we haven't had Carnival for 2 years, that we kind of forget it. And maybe it should be a day. Maybe somebody should, or we should make it a day to celebrate, like how Jamaica, Ghanaian, Nigerian independence is celebrated. Maybe we should. Maybe it's a thing.
How are you not feeling about no Carnival this year?
Then again?
How are you feeling about no Carnival this year?
I'm vexed. I'm actually vexed. I'm actually upset because I think for me now, Carnival, that 1 or 2 days of the year where you just link up with your brethren in just a big day rave. Like the year before, where you conked out. Hold on. My mum's at the door. Let me answer the door.
Well, I'm sad that there's no Carnival. To be fair, the last Carnival I went to was kind of lit, so.
Yeah, the last Carnival I went to was 2019 Carnival was.
I enjoyed myself.
Was too much fun.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, Carnival. I just think it's just a lit day from morning till night. I think.
Next year, man, 2022 is fine.
2022.
2022 is gonna. Well, I don't know. I don't think we're seeing Carnival again. You know that.
We are.
You think it's cancelled forever?
Not how we know Carnival.
Can I give everybody some inside information?
Go on.
Actually, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this.
It's too late.
Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Like, I know everybody keeps saying, "Oh, we're not allowed to have Carnival," but they're allowed to have 60,000 people at Wembley. Or how come the government didn't cancel Carnival? they actually wanted it to go ahead. That's what I'm gonna say.
Who cancelled Carnival, Ace?
They basically, it wasn't the government. They were happy for Carnival to go ahead.
Say it again?
They were happy for Carnival to go ahead. But there's a lot that goes into Carnival, and you just got to think about it. Wait.
Carnival, Ace?
It takes about a year to put a carnival together, yeah? And so with all of the dilly-dallying as whether or not we're going to be allowed in, they can't just put together a carnival.
One second, man. All right, listen.
They can't just put together a carnival in the last 4 weeks before.
All right, listen.
What?
Let me just pause that. Do you remember Windrush?
Yeah.
All right, let's get some inside information. Come on the podcast, man.
What,
He's here.
your mom wasn't on a boat, was she?
Your mum went on the boat, bro.
We're gonna find out now. Mum, sit down. Mum, her dad was. Mum, sit down. Come on.
Man said to his mom, "Do you remember Windrush? That she was on a boat."
Mum, sit down. Let's talk. So you're on the podcast now. Let's wave at the people. Let's be official. All right, don't wave. Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello, Troubles.
How you doing, mommy? You all right?
I'm all right, my darling.
All right. So it's Windrush Day today.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I would hope you know. Have you got any stories about Windrush? Have you got any stories about?
Damon, she wasn't on the boat.
No, but she remembers it. Her dad was on the boat though. My granddad.
Oh, your dad came on the boat.
Yes, he did.
What? He just left you in Jamaica and jumped on the boat.
Yeah, but prior to him being on Windrush, he was here before that.
What?
And what it was like, yeah? He served in the British Army along with his brother.
Oh, wow.
They were then sent back to Jamaica, right? With his brother having one leg blown away. And then they decided that, they've done it for England. They hadn't been to this country. They only visited for about 2-3 weeks while they signed up. When Tarman came back on Windrush, he did, But the story that I got from them was basically, what the travel was like. And, the reception they got once they came back, it was a matter of, you're not welcome. What are you doing here,
Okay.
And I think that made him determined to do what he did, like, within 2 or 3 years to buy a home, But Windrush, the stories that I've heard from both him and his friends is, a matter of the journey across was full of, like, laughter and joy, and we're going to have a big future in the UK. And when they landed, they ended up in somewhere in North London. It was a different story. So what they then did was work together to buy one place, then work together to send for another sibling, and then that sibling came along. They lived together in one house, worked together to send another one. So between Uncle Basil, who's not really my real uncle, my dad.
You don't have to go into all of that stuff.
Loads of them, yeah. They managed to buy in total, I think, about 6 or 8 houses, with brothers, sisters, coming up one after each other. They all, that's how they did it. And that's, what I remember about, the Windrush story and how their lives started once they embarked from that ship.
Wow. I didn't know this.
You didn't know this?
I'll talk to you, Mum.
Oh.
Okay. Are you excited about going back to Jamaica tomorrow?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm fortunate for the reasons I'm going to Jamaica tomorrow. If it was happy reasons, yes, but it's not, unfortunately.
But we're going to make the most.
But yes, I'm going to have to make the most of it.
Have a good time. Try and have a good time. Try and have a good time.
Can you bring back some KFC?
Everybody's talking about Jamaican KFC. What is wrong with you guys?
No, it's really good. It's really good because it's only in Jamaica can you get 3 different type of KFC.
I know.
It's
but when you go
fantastic.
there, the queue is about goes around the corner, up the road and down the hill.
But it's worth it when it eventually arrives. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I know people who works in KFC in Jamaica. So yeah, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You didn't come to be on the podcast. You came
I
to
want
see
to see
your
my grandson. Listen, see you guys soon, yeah?
See you soon.
You see,
I'm off. Right?
That was insight, you know, Damon. Your people, them, were out here fighting in a war for Queen and Country. And they were made to feel like they're not welcome by Queen and Country afterwards. You didn't even know that, cuz.
The thing is, yeah, about what my mum just said, I think from all of the programs that I've seen on the TV, I've never seen that side of it. I've never heard that side of it. I've never heard that side where people have landed and they've said, "Oh, we were made to not, we weren't made to feel welcome," and that. So that's
no, I've heard that loads.
I've
No
heard that.
blacks,
loads.
no blacks, no dogs, no Irish. Imagine they said,
no,
"Yeah,
but yeah, I
come
mean,
over, man. Come over. There's jobs over here. You guys can
remember
come
that.
and work."
Yeah, my bad.
But you're not
Yeah,
allowed
I
to
do-
stay anywhere.
Yeah, I do remember.
That's
that.
like
Yeah.
inviting someone to your party and telling them to stand outside and listen to the music.
Yeah, listen to bassline.
This is evil. No, yeah, man. You come over, work. Yeah, come work on the buses and that, and on the tubes and in the NHS. But you're not allowed to have a house. Yeah, just fuckery, man.
It's what it is, bro. It's what it is. But hopefully we can spin it and we can start having a National Windrush Day.
It's a
I
must.
mean, it's not going to be a bank holiday, but yeah,
No, not at all. But
it is a National Windrush Day, though. The day we've got now.
no, I mean it's more celebrated. Like hopefully, you see, like next year in Europe, that there's actually events. Yeah, I mean, and raves and all that. You know,
A national holiday. We'll take a national holiday. Like
Right.
Juneteenth. We should take a national holiday.
We've got a long way to come before we get that one. Let's each step at a time. At the moment, it's an observed day.
No, I need a national holiday, please.
But like, you know what? I just think that's so interesting. Like, you know, that there's so many people. When we think about the World War, we always think about the sacrifices of you know, white soldiers, like white British people, but there were people that were brought all around the empire that were fighting for Britain. And obviously we think about the GIs, the African American GIs, but they were like, you know, black soldiers from the Caribbean. Damon's granddad being one of them. Damon's granddad being one of them.
I don't know why you find that funny.
I just find it so random. You know what it is? It's one of these things that you read about
Yeah.
in books. Obviously, like you said, like you've not even didn't know much about it. But I've read about stuff like this in books. But you don't think like it's your brethren's family. You know, one of them.
Yeah. Like it's actually mad. Like it's actually mad that, you know, that's what was going on. Yeah, and what I found fascinating is that my mum was saying they were here before Windrush. So they were here before, dipped back, and then came back on the boat for Windrush. That's what I find, man. But,
Yeah. And they weren't welcome, went back, came back again. You know, one of those ones. But you know what? It's a beautiful thing, man. It's nice that they're remembered. What do you think about England's hopes in the Euros?
Well, I was just informed by
They've won group
my
D.
right hand that we won 2-0. Who scored?
1-0, 1-0.
1-0.
1-0.
Okay, you know I'm on a podcast and I'm giving this information. Saying that the second goal was disallowed.
Yeah, I just
Okay, 1-0. What are their hopes?
mm.
Not great, I don't think. But Femi, you're into football more than Ace. I've got a theory.
You're dumb. Ace is a football expert. Ace has gone on the BBC Sports website to give tips on who was going to win what matches.
So this is my thing, yeah. I think England's failings are their manager, yeah. I think they've got young, exciting players, but they've got a manager with an old head. Yeah, when you look at their manager, Gareth Southgate, what have you done in your career and as a manager? Nothing really. You know failure when you played for England.
That's deep.
No, but you like.
You think that
let's
still
have-
keeps him up, that penalty?
Yeah,
of course
you
it
know-
does.
No,
You know
like,
what?
like literally, do you think like, because there's one really embarrassing thing that I've done that every now and then I think about it, I still are like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Do you think he still is like, I can never, that still bothers him to this day?
Yeah, because it's
think
the
so.
what ifs, isn't it? It's the what ifs. It's like, what if I scored that? You know. So I think that's always going to be there. But so my thing is, yeah, as a domestic player and as an international player, you've really done nothing in your career. And then when you look at these other managers for other international teams, as a player and manager, you've done bits. You've won league titles. You've won Champions Leagues. You've actually done bits and pieces within your career, yeah. And I actually thought to myself, you know, who would be a banging England manager for me?
Who?
Jose Mourinho.
Yeah, you've said that before.
I think he's got the mentality to just ignore the media, because I think that's a problem with England players and the manager, that no one wants to make the mistake and be that guy, you know.
Yeah, Mourinho doesn't care.
Mourinho doesn't care if his players do something that, you know, the media don't like. Mourinho will back his players and tell the media to shut them out. I think Mourinho's won enough and done enough in his career to actually get respect from the players. Like, half of them players probably don't even rate Southgate. Like, bruv, what, you think that man like Jack Grealish and Phil Foden and them man are listening to Gareth Southgate? Like, take your man seriously. Come on, bro.
Do you know the reason I say they might do?
Because he was the under 21s manager.
Yeah,
They
because
might-
he's
they
been
would've known
managing
him
them
from
from when they were
When
youth.
they were youths, you know, they've known him when he was when he was a youth. When they were youths.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why he got the job as
Yes.
well. You know that.
That is one of the main reasons why he got the job. But then, you know,
Because these youths, think about it, these youths have been playing for him for like 5-6 years. A lot of them.
yeah. But then you know, we saw it in the game before that, you know, your some of your selections, like your defense, your substitutions is wild. Are just wild. It don't make no sense. So I don't know. I think we need a manager who is about it before England do anything on the world stage. That's what I think. But yeah.
What annoys me is when I keep hearing commentators saying, "Oh, England as favourite." Why do they keep saying England are favourites? Like, who favourites to who? When? Like, who did they poll?
I think it's wild that England.
Why do they say that?
Yeah, I think it's wild that England are favourites. I think that's like the idea of that is like.
When have they ever been favourites?
Fam, when you watch, you realize Portugal got Ronaldo and the way Germany peppered them the other day. And Ruben Diaz, it was the player of the season in the Premiership, but he got peppered, yeah, by the German attack the other day. Yeah, you're like, you know what? Who's could England even like not get beat 6-0 by these lot? And then you see France are playing, but like there's just levels to this football thing, man. And I just feel like we'll see in it. Like, you know, obviously today, your boy, the Arsenal youths, Saka, he come through, man. First half, he was firing.
Mm-hmm.
He was firing. And
what?
So
Go on, sorry.
No, I respect it. But to me, like KG saying in the chat, to me, like Italy are the favourites based on what I've seen.
Yeah, they're the only team. I think they're the only. Are they the only team to win all? No, they're not the only team to win all three of the games. But all three of the games, they scored more than 2 goals in all 3 of the games. I think they scored 3 goals.
No, they only scored 1 against Wales, but they were banging. And then obviously Italy, they've just played well. They've just been solid. And then Netherlands have played well, obviously so far, and like. Raheem Sterling's played well. Big up the Jamaica. Jamaica's still contributing to the
UK. Come on.
On Windrush Day, you know. Big
Windrush Day, you know.
Oh, no.
Come on, Raz.
No.
Jamaica, he's the only English player to still score. Someone like put his IMDb, some racist, put his Wikipedia, put that he was born in Kingston. And what?
Yeah.
All of that.
Let
Them man
man
there.
know.
Anyway, them man there. Forget them man there.
But
Forget
who
them.
do you think's really gonna win though? Ace, Damon, quickly.
France.
France ain't gonna win.
France might not go through.
Nah, France ain't gonna win. I'm going with Italy.
You're going Italy, yeah?
Yeah.
Remember, you might as well go Belgium or something. You see what happens at the end.
Hey, do you see? Boy, no, quickly though. Do you know what's bad? Did you see that clip going around of Thierry Henry taking a free kick in training with them? Lot?
No.
Nah.
Do you know Belgium? Yeah, one of their coaches is Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
And the other day they were in training. It was De Bruyne, Lukaku, someone else, and he took a free kick, yeah, and obviously beat the keeper. And they were like, "Oh, bro, just go inside, go inside." The free kick was hard.
Still got it. How old's Henry now?
He's like these 40s.
Bad boy. Absolute bad boy.
Solid, but yeah, man.
Trying to think of something I wanted to share with you this week. I saw the new. Have you seen the new Nick? Actually, have you seen it? It hasn't even come out yet. The new Nick Broomfield documentary.
Fine.
He it's another Tupac and Biggie documentary, but it's more about Suge and how he allegedly commissioned the death of Biggie, but it's deep. Like, because Suge is in jail now for like 28 years. He's got 28 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone's snitching. Because no one's shook of him anymore. He can't do nothing to no one, and he hasn't got money to do anything. Everyone's snitching. Everyone snitching. Very deep documentary. When you guys get opportunity to see that, go see it.
Okay.
You got to Nick Broomfield.
What's it on?
I don't know when it's coming. I don't know where it's gonna be. Because I think it's like coming out. It comes out tomorrow, I think. I'll let you guys know. Intent 2 is back on Netflix.
Yeah, baby.
How does that happen? They just renew the thing.
Yeah, but we know when it's coming back.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
obviously,
did you know it was coming back?
Yeah, of course. Like
Okay.
Obviously, they have to tell you, but
ages
go
ago.
on. Big things.
Someone told me about this conspiracy about the way that Netflix suggests shows to you and how it's quite evil.
Go on.
I don't know. I didn't really want to listen to the conspiracy. You know, like when someone's going deep and you're like, I actually don't want to listen to this.
So you don't even know what they said.
I picked up bits of it. Basically, what Netflix suggests to everybody is different, right?
Yeah.
And it's basing what it suggests for you on your activity, what you've watched before, and what it's watching you do. Are you guys following?
Watching you do how?
So like the conspiracy is that our TVs are watching us, yeah?
Yeah.
And so based on whatever the TV is seeing you do is what Netflix is suggesting for you to watch.
So,
I disagree with that.
But your TV doesn't have a camera, cuz.
Some people, you say that, we don't know if they do or they don't.
You're absolutely right, but the things that
You're very confident about that, Femi. You're very confident.
I mean, if they said your laptop, I would be
no,
like,
you're very confident that your TV does not have a camera. That's very confident.
You think
we don't know?
You think
but
TVs have cameras?
We have no idea.
You're sounding real mad right now.
You think it's impossible that your TV cannot have a camera?
No,
it's
not impossible that your TV's got a camera. But so the things that come up on my Netflix are like the top 10 that's being watched in the UK. Yeah, and I know it's things that I've probably watched or started to watch previously. Now, the stuff that I keep up with in front of my TV, and I'm not even talking about madness. I'm talking about I've got my child. Do you know what I mean? I'm on my phone. Do you know what I mean? I'm hoovering the house. Yeah, it's not showing me documentaries about how hoovers were made or vacuum cleaners were made. Not saying anything like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm forever hoovering my front room because I love the way my rug feels on my bare foot.
No, what they're saying though as well is like it's feeding you things. I don't know.
This is why you should listen to when people talk.
Nah, I don't want to hear that stuff. I don't care about that stuff.
Is why you should listen, rude boy. Anyway, how was your Father's Day? How was your Father's Day for me? How was your Father's Day, Ace? You can see that on my dinosaur balloon. I am a terrific dad.
Mine was banging.
Banging, why?
I had a good Father's Day, man. I had a beautiful card and present, and I had breakfast in bed. Then they took me to a restaurant.
What restaurant did you go to?
I went to a Thai restaurant in Purley. It was banging.
Above, I've been looking for a new Thai restaurant in the ends. Chat to me.
Yeah, in Purley. It's a little nice, small little Thai restaurant opposite the Tesco's, the big Tesco's.
What do you mean? What? Okay. As you bus round to the left, it's there.
Yeah. It's right
okay.
there. Yeah.
All right.
Nice. What did you do?
I had the majority of the day with just me and Casado Victor, so that was fun. I've started to practice mad little things that I'm gonna do with him when his mum's not here. Yeah. That she's gonna get mad at. Did you see that video that I posted up about the cheese?
No.
To stop a baby from crying, you just throw some cheese in their face.
What?
Yeah, you know, like
Are you all right?
Processed cheese, you know, like burger cheese.
Yeah.
Just dash it on their face, but it just lands like that. But the shock of it is to stop. Go have a look on the Cut the Chat page there. But nah,
you're gonna do that to your son.
Go when you see it, you will understand.
No,
you will understand.
I'm not doing that. Don't do that.
You will understand. But yeah, I had a great day with him. Then Ice took us out to a restaurant in Clapham, which was nice, which was very, very nice. We had ice cream, which is banging, and yeah, it was a good day. She got me some crazy cards, and yeah, it was a good day. It was a very good day. Very good day.
So me, everyone forgot in my house. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. So yeah, I've got a cards, and then I've got a big breakfast actually, little juice, like some healthy breakfast. Avocado, scrambled eggs, bit of bread, a little bit of hummus, big breakfast. And then they were like, "Oh, you know what? We booked you. We're taking you to a restaurant. It's a secret. We're just gonna give you the postcode." And so they give me the postcode. So we went church, and then their mom was like, "Oh, the boys have got the money they need, and I'll see you guys later." And so it was me and the boys, and they give me like one of them says, "Or N1." I'm like, "Okay, we're going to Angel." So we're going to Mem and Laz. They were like, "No, we're going to." I'm guessing all these different restaurants in Angel. But right next to Mem and Laz, there's a Thai restaurant called Rosa's Thai.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was there. But
they own it. I think the same people own that whole strip.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So then I went. They took me to Rosa's Thai, and before we were going in, I was like, you know what? I can't watch you boys pay for me to eat food, man. I can't do that. One of them was like, yeah, we can split it 3 ways. The other one was like, nah. Because we're a team, we should do it halves. We should go halves. I goes, what? Are you guys going to split it halves? He goes, no, we split half with you.
So basically, that's more. You're spending more than 3 ways.
Yeah, then. Exactly. So we went halves. So it was me. I paid half and they paid half. And I was just asking them random questions. They're like, where are you getting these questions from? Are they from the internet?
Wow.
Oh man, you got to all the dads out there, man.
Yeah, man. So it was good, man. It was. I felt really and they bought me a electric toothbrush, like, but them ones that are like them, I don't know, £60 ones that I've just never bought for myself because I'm like, why do I need a £60 electric toothbrush? Them £100, them big ones,
expensive ones
that you charge that like make mad noise, like
industrial.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that was us, man. It was good.
Big up to all the dads out there.
Happy Father's Day. But yeah.
I think we're done, guys.
I think we're wrapped. Guys.
We will be back. We'll talk next week. We will be back next week, same time, same place.
We've got. Don't worry, people. We've got some black business callers lined up. The last couple of weeks, they haven't flopped, but things haven't been right for them before. Just as we was about to do it, so we've been putting it back. So we haven't forgotten about that. We've got black business callers. Lee's got a mad Tales from the Cab that he told me about that he was supposed to bust today, but unfortunately he's working. So next week.
So Damon, one quick question before we go. You're an expert at this. How many millions would it cost to start a black tennis league?
Why would you start a black tennis league?
Because I want Naomi Osaka to be able to play tennis whenever she wants without having to worry about these people then.
Starting a black tennis league doesn't make any sense. Personally.
Why? Why are you hating on my dream?
Why?
Okay, all right, sorry. Maybe not a black tennis league, but it's more casual than the Masters. What's they called? The Grand Slams. So it's just like X Tennis League, XTO, the Extreme Tennis League.
No, because any form of official tennis, you have to do interviews and that. So the reality is,
no man, you don't have to do that,
bro.
Not my league.
Just play with your brethren on a Sunday.
Nah, not in the Ace. I'm going to say this out there. I haven't got it yet, but I'm going to be chatting to some millionaires. Any tennis players that want to play in the Ace Tennis League, you don't need to be black or white and you don't need to do interviews. But if you don't want to do interviews, you have to have a manager that does interviews for you. You can play whenever you want. You can play 3 sets, 4 sets, 5 sets. You can play in jeans. You can play in Jordans. You can play in a hat. You can play naked. Whatever you want to do in the Ace Tennis League, you can do that. We're going to have music playing. The umpires are going to be big girls with wearing thongs. Sorry, I went deep.
My mum can hear you. So Ace wants to start a tennis league. Yeah. So people
Ace Tennis League. Now, it's not just for black people, it's for whoever wants to play. You can do whatever you want. There's no uniform. You know what I'm saying? It's just a bit more relaxed. Anybody can come. You know what I mean? It's not that elitism that there is in tennis. There's no royal box. Except if Giggs wants to come, he can come because he's the landlord. And that's it. There you go.
I agree.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Sponsored by P. Diddy and Tyler Perry. Coming soon. And Ace. The Ace League.
Jay-Z.
And Vince McMahon.
My mum's off now to get ready for her flight in the morning.
Safe flight, mummy.
Thank you, my darling.
Someone said wrestling tennis.
Yes. I like it. That would be good. Let's not get into it. All right, guys. Till next time, rate, subscribe, comment. We'll see you next week.
Mommy. Have a safe flight, and thank you for sharing your story with us. Bless up.
See you guys soon.